The Footprints Conversations series feature insights and experiences from accomplished workplace and marketplace leaders who consider their work as a ministry. The Footprints Conversation this week is part 2 on negotiation with the Judge and General Jephthah, based on Judges 11 verses 4 to 11. Negotiation is part of our everyday life. We are always negotiating with our spouse, children, co-workers, clients, and business partners. General Jephthah, who used negotiation to change his life from being an outcast to a national leader, will use his negotiation skills to teach us the do's and don'ts of negotiation. Let's welcome him to the Footprints Conversations.
Great to be back. I hope some of your audience applied the insights I provided last week. They will only realize the benefits if they apply them.
Yes, I hope so too. Last week, you told us that when we are rejected, overlooked or ignored for a position, or something that should be ours, we should not feel sorry for ourselves. We should rather, 1. Know our worth in the Lord, 2. Use rejection as a motivation to define and build our values, and 3. Strategically position ourselves in a way that it would be difficult for those who rejected us to continue with their rejection. Is this right?
You are right. And let me add another important point. I said, if you are right with the Lord, anyone that is opposing or rejecting you is afraid of your potential. You're not a dead lion.
Yes. Thanks for the reminder. So how did the Israelites come to realize that you are not a dead lion? What made them realize that they could no longer continue to reject you?
The Ammonites came to fight against Israel. The Israelites do not have any trained and organized army, like what I have built in Tob. So, the elders came running to the negotiation table.
Did they come with their tail between their legs? Were they ashamed that they were coming to seek help from someone they had rejected?
Of course they were. They told me, come be our commander, so we can fight the Ammonites. The way I strategically positioned myself brought them to the negotiation table. However, once the elders were at the negotiation table, I focused on the issues and interests and not the people in position. I did not sweep the issues under the rug. I stated the issues about their rejection clearly and worked with them to clarify our shared interests. This is very important in negotiation.
Interesting. Exactly what Roger Fisher and William Ury said in their popular negotiation book on Getting to Yes. They said, to come up with the best alternative to a negotiated agreement or BATNA, you must separate the people from the problem and issues and focus on interests rather than positions.
Is it not interesting and sad at the same time that most of these negotiation theories have their foundation on biblical principles and experiences, but Christians do not find time to read their Bible? The Bible is filled with several leadership principles you could apply at the workplace and marketplace, like my negotiation experience.
Audience, the Footprints Conversations is to help us discover some of these biblical leadership principles, and you need to spend time to study and apply them. If you do, you will see how the Lord will empower you and use you to provide solutions and leadership at your workplace.
You are right on point. Coming back to my practical experience, I made the elders clarify the shared values and interests. They said, nevertheless, we are turning to you now. Come with us to fight the Ammonites, and you will be head over all of us who live in Gilead. Their interest was to gain victory over the Ammonites. My interest was to be their leader. Once they clarified the shared interests, they also committed themselves to keeping the agreement. This is a key strategy in negotiation.
I see, so we shouldn't leave room for any vague promises that the other party will later say, no, I didn't say that, I didn't mean that. We should allow them to clarify the shared interests and implicitly commit themselves to the agreements for the shared interests. Right.
Yes. I asked them, suppose you take me back to fight the Ammonites and the Lord gives them to me. Will I really be your head? I then gave them the opportunity to validate and agree to the shared interests. They said, the Lord is our witness. We will certainly do as you say.
I realized how you based the condition on divine intervention and forced them to also seal the negotiated agreement as sacred obligation before the Lord. In contemporary terms, could we say the negotiated agreement should be documented, signed and witnessed by a third party to have the same effect?
Sure, to make the negotiated agreement binding on both parties.
This is amazing. We can't wait for part 3. Audience, let's give it to General Jephthah. If this Footprints conversation has been a blessing to you, pass it on to be a blessing to others. Are you a believer committed to fulfilling your professional calling at your workplace and marketplace? We have several resources to help you do that. Just subscribe at the YouTube channel for you to receive new resources we create every week. If you have creative arts talents too, get in touch and let us yield it to the Lord to use it to impact lives for His glory.